Welcome back to episode number 15 of the Coach Kav Show. And today you're going to get an inside look of what it's like for us to train our NFL guys, and check out my man Scott Paltos when he comes by, drop some knowledge on the boys.
If I gotta wake you up to motivate you to change your life financially, your status, the rest of your career, I'm not the right coach for you.
Approach the line, we need to have our game plan in place. This is not a guessing game. Got it? We should be working backwards all the way down from the finish until now. I don't want to see anybody get up there and start falling out your feet or readjusting your technique or overthinking it because we haven't practiced enough. I'm going to walk you through it. Don't do anything. Just watch me. I'll talk you through what I'm about to do. I'm going to walk you through it the next time. You'll do it with me. And then the following time, I'll start coaching you up independently. Approach the line. Visualize your 40. Take a deep breath. Let it out. You'll take a knee. 4-point stance. Pop up on the top of your hands and fingers. Throw your hips up in the air, you'll lock your feet in. You'll bring your left hand, post it up halfway back. You'll take your right hand, and you'll go on the line. You'll make sure you're balanced in a good position. You'll take a breath, which is about 60% in, and you'll cock your hand back behind the hip pocket. In that position, you're going to load, hold, and then you'll explode out. We'll build a cadence so you're used to it. I don't want to see you guys ever get into the line and be called for a false start, meaning that you jumped the gun too early. You didn't hold that position. Or, even worse, you're holding it so long that your body gets too comfortable in that position and you never get out of the hole. So it's here. Boom! And we're out. Take it in. 4-point stance. Hips up, lock your feet in. Left hand halfway back, post up. Right hand on the line. Breathe in. Hand in the hip pocket. And relax. Good. So, my high school, one of the parental powerhouses in the state of Florida for football at their division, private school, and I mean they've been in the state championship like 4 of the last 5-6 years. Had a lot of success ever since SCENAR took over as the head coach. The year after I left, they went like 0-10 or 1-9 or something like that, and then it just went downhill. Then a couple years later, they got a good coach on board. You know, Mike's on board, and they got a little bit of support, and then it's been like a 10-year, 11-year run of them like having like state championship, you know, team success. Haven't really, you know, won one and like, you know, went over the top, but had a lot of success, brought a lot of good kids in, and was doing some really good things for the school. The alumni base of just that, those teams over the last 10 years have gone on to do some really good things. I mean, you have, you know, a few kids that are even getting a shot at the league from that, and they're good kids like Wake Forest, Duke, Dartmouth, Yale, like really good players, really good kids, and they just shut down the football program. The school financially is doing not really well. I don't know the details. That's what I'm trying to find. Well, my mom taught at the school for over a decade. That was the only reason why I had the opportunity to even go there. But what's really frustrating is that I think from a administrative standpoint, they don't understand the value of sports organization, what it does from a character development standpoint. I'm trying to get some context around how many kids they have in the program, so we can kind of figure out, is this thing even viable, and what do they need? Is it pure financial, or is it more than that? And I think if it's more than that, if it's strategy and it's putting a good game plan in place, I think I could help them.
Sure.
It's going to be very difficult to help them if it's just a numbers game, and they also just don't have the support.
Right.
The biggest thing is support. So I got a call with him now. So we'll see what happens. Kind of bring you up to speed. You know, I don't really, kind of a little out of the loop to kind of what's going on, but I kind of understand the way they run things. So talk to me.
Yeah. I'll bring you up to speed. So last year, I'm not sure if you heard about the whole falling out with Dave Christian, where they ended up losing a bunch of students.
I do not. I'm not aware. You could just kind of do that in 2 minutes, but I'm just trying to see, where you are now. What was the main reason why they lost a bunch of students? You need to make sure that there's at least 300 to 500 rolling, and you can't do that without sports. First of all, thank you. So for those that don't know, Scott Paltos is here. He's the big white guy with the really nice hair. That's right, huh? AD played at ECU. I was top corner there. Played with the Browns for a bit, and he's now coaching in college. It's important that this workout sets the tone for the rest of their strength training throughout the combine training experience. Here's the main reason. When we go back and we look at video and we look at numbers and we see me demo with 55-pound dumbbells to talk it through a lift just so they know what it looks like, and then them go ahead and pick up 35s, there's a problem, right? Especially when the guy over here doesn't lift. It is important that they know that they have to put some weight on the bar. It's just not okay. Warm-ups need to get tighter. Perfect hand position, perfect arm mechanics, tighten everything up. They just got to get a little bit more focused. We've got some really good technical work in the last 2 technical sessions, and we need to just let that kind of ingrain and anchor for the rest of their workouts, not just their technical sessions. Because Justin's going to allow them to work with you guys. 2, to kind of help you guys get a grasp of what you're really going into and what you're really looking at. Okay, I think sometimes people think that, oh hell, I'm graduating and now it's time to move on to the league. Well, it doesn't really work that way. Unfortunately, that'd be awesome, but then, a couple thousand people would be playing in the league every year just as seniors, and next thing you know, guys will be gone. It doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter how many people you know, it doesn't matter any of that stuff. It matters what package you bring to the table, okay? And that package started a few weeks ago with Justin, okay? For most of you, hopefully you were smart enough over the last 4 or 5 years you were in school, or 6 years. Who's my old guy? You're my old guy? You're my old guy? All right, you're a super senior? Yeah. Nice, awesome, good. So hopefully back then you started doing something to prepare yourself for this. If you didn't, you were an ass, okay? Because I won't lie to you, you have no shot. The other thing is this, I'm gonna give you a little life lesson. You never know when you're not on stage. You never know who's watching, you never know what's going on, you never know. And the 6 of you saw me walking around and not one of you came up and introduced yourselves. How the fuck do you know who I am? Instead of coming over and be like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm so-and-so. Maybe I'm a PR guy, maybe I'm part of player development, something like that. So now, hopefully you guys realize that's what you should do. Start getting a personality, okay? Because you're in a job interview. And that job interview is going now, and it's the hardest fucking job interview you will ever have. Because usually after this one time, you don't get it again. And if you do really crummy at that job interview, you have no shot to get another job interview. Come in, you do your job, you are interviewing every single time you train. Talk to the guys that haven't made it, and there's a bunch of excuses. And then some of them actually go, you know what? Hey, I should have done this differently, or I should have done that differently. Don't be one of those guys. It's early enough throughout this process where those micro adjustments make a huge impact. Pay attention to what he has to say, not just in the weight room, but he's been there. He played in the league, he's been on multiple teams, been cut multiple times, been picked up multiple times, and it wasn't like an easy, hey, you're 6'4", you ran a 4.2, you got everything, you came out of a big school, you were an All-American. It's not one of those. He was one of the guys that said, hey, I gotta earn a spot, and that means that one of the guys that were the profile that those scouts wanna see got cut. And I want you to take that mentality to this lift. You take that mentality, then the idea of you lifting bullshit weight will go away.
appreciate you guys let me get some working with you today. One thing I want you guys to take away, something my Sergeant Major always told me, something I always tell my soldiers when I train them, all right? Make yourself feel uncomfortable, all right? When you're uncomfortable, that's where you grow, all right? Don't sandbag. I told 1 or 2 in here before, I was like, you sandbagging on the workout? Dude, if you sandbag, you ain't doing nothing for yourself. So make sure every time you come to the gym, every time you come to work, all right, work hard, play hard, man. Make yourself feel uncomfortable, because if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing.
When you have good people, you let them do their thing, all right? So I left you guys alone so you could get a different guy in your ear, in a different direction. But I know you guys went to work today. I saw it. I got to see what you guys do. And when your mind clicks on, you're actually pretty strong. You're pretty powerful.
Guys, you got to understand something. And like Kav says, you only get an opportunity once, and you only get a chance to take advantage of it. You know, the great part that I have the pleasure of doing is being able to come here and work with you guys for a few days, leave, and then come back and see the difference of what him and his staff have done for you guys. I can't reiterate enough to you, like Kav just said, you get a chance to make something happen. Whether it works or it doesn't, you get to, for the next few weeks, make yourself that much better. You know, the football, and this is kind of like a segue to where life goes for you guys. Football gives you something that no other sport in this world can do. It can give you a sense of teamwork, it can give you a sense of emotion, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, it gives you a sense that you have to work amongst another 11 dudes, another 10 dudes on the field for that moment to make it happen. I will tell you now, and another 100 times if you ask me, I would never give up a moment I had to play. Because it's the amount of ability you gain just internally, what you become as a man, what you become as a dad, what you become as an uncle, as a friend. It's molded by what football has for you. You put everything you could in that deck and you don't have regrets. Like Kav said, if you can come back a year from now and if you're in the league and you're still there, awesome, man. If you're not, you can come back and say, hey, Kav, thank you for doing everything you did. I did everything I could. No one held me back. It was me. That's what football makes you into. Because you know what, guys? You don't make it, you're going to still be successful if you take that work and that drive that you put towards it into your life. You make it, it's that much better. But there's nothing wrong with working and putting everything in that basket right now. If you got a girlfriend or you got someone serious in your life, you need to be honest with me. I need to put you on the back burner right now. We need to concentrate on this. When you get back to the hotel, it's not fuck around and stay up late. It's get to bed, get your work in, eat when you're supposed to, recover, get off your feet. When Kav tells you get off your feet, Austin tells you get off your feet. Get off your feet. When you're done with your workout, you're done with your workout. If there's something extra that has to be done, he will take care of it. He will tell you. Put all those eggs in that basket right now. Make that effort because you only get it once.